Jeremiah, we're gonna try again, man. This could be a long video because I'm gonna let it run. Last night it was, well, in total it would be about 6 hours, and it's still Alduin still hadn't landed, but it was in two separate videos. I know the one video says 6 hours, but I spent probably 30 minutes talking to of course I'm coming back.
You have it. The Kell.
There was progress, it just didn't work out.
Carlos. Time shudders at its
We'll
touch.
know probably right away if this guy
There
keeps
is no
repeating
question.
himself.
You are doom-driven. Kolgan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then. Fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the time.
But if he doesn't come right away, I'll chat with you for a few minutes. But like I said, man,
Alduin will be coming.
6 hours isn't gonna do it.
Miss the sign.
I figure where he was, if he circles around again, probably gonna take about 7-8 hours for him to land. He didn't repeat himself. It might happen right away. Let's see. Da 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 da. It's gonna be a few seconds here before we try and find out. I think it takes like a minute to a minute and a half for these people to talk.
Gormley! Battle!
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored.
So what are you up to today,
But
man?
I honor your courage. Kriegwolf Akrin. Die now in vain.
On Skyrim!
That long waiting yesterday, Jeremiah, might have. Here comes the loudmouth woman. Just what I'm not looking for in a wife. Just what Sounds great, man. That's a good day.
A glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the blooding of your blade?
What else is there?
Battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on his plan, yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us, even now?
I am out of spaghetti
Blooded
sauce,
him well.
Jeremiah.
4 of his kin have fallen to my blade.
Kind of feeling too lazy to make more, but I will this
against
week.
Alduin himself. Golpo, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Feldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need it.
We will deal with Alduin ourselves. Here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
I'm not making any more until next harvest season. Yeah, you made a ton of it though. I intended to make about 4 gallons, but I ended up making closer to 3. It took a really long time for the sauce to break that time. I don't know why, but it really did. Yeah, 70 quarts. I ended up with what? 12 maybe? 13? And I eat a lot of spaghetti, man. I like spaghetti. Well, I shouldn't say spaghetti. I like elbows and large seashells and ziti and mostaccioli. I used to like spaghetti, but not so much anymore. Yeah, this is going to take hours. You'll see him coming from... right about there. In about 30 minutes, 45 minutes it takes him to get that far. Then he'll come across here, fly like this, and come down over here, go straight across like this to about here, rather. Come back up again, fly across to here again, then do something like this, come around this way, and then come across back to here, nope, back to here, and then flew around right about to here-ish when I gave up. Yeah, there's no way to do that with, you can do that with marinara, a 1 hour to 2 hour sauce. You can't do that with a 5 to 8 hour cook. You know, and normally it takes about, I'm only at 77 feet above sea level. So normally it takes about 5 to 5.5 hours to cook, but for some reason the sauce just would not break. And it took about 7 hours, so I ended up with less sauce than I should have. Obviously to evaporation. We'll keep an eye out right here. He should be coming right about there somewhere if I remember right. It's going to be a while. Y'all don't mind, I'm going to go grab myself a cup of coffee while we embark upon this slow-mo. $12 to $14, yeah, so you're making so much. I don't know how big your pot is, but if you're coming up with that many quarts in one pot, you know, yeah, I can get where it would take that long, and obviously you're making a real spaghetti sauce too. You're not making a marinara. How do you get away with not letting the sauce break before you can it? Well, obviously in 14 hours it's breaking, it has to. 16 quarts. Okay, yeah, so I mean it has to be breaking in that amount of time. And breaking is when well, you're not using meat, so you wouldn't know. But the hamburger that I use in it will start, the oil will start coming up to the top and leaving like a residue along the top. And then I can stir it back in, and it gives me the certain amount of zing that I need. You know, and if it's too much, I can pull a little bit of oil out, skim it off when it comes back up again about 20 minutes later. You know, and control how much oil is actually in the sauce. And that's where the final flavor comes. Well, I don't can it. I can't can it with meat because I'm too scared of that because of botulism. You know, so when I use meat, I just freeze it and then, hey Domo, what's going on? Then after I freeze it, you know, you only have like 3 months to use it. That's it. You know what I mean? After that, if I haven't given it away and it's still in there, I'll probably chuck it out. Yeah, 45 minutes with meat at a higher temperature too. You need a pressure cooker canner. You know, but botulism is a very real thing, you know what I mean? Not many people get it, but you can't taste it, you can't smell it, you can't see it, and it's in the sauce, you know? So anytime I add meat or mushrooms, you know, that's an immediate consideration. I mean, you know and I know, the easiest thing to can is rice. All you got to do is put it in the mason jar, seal it, and it should last without any water heating or nothing. Just close it, make sure it's tight, and should last about 50 years. So what's going on, Dama? You've been coming in and running away lately. You haven't been chatting much. Do you know Jeremiah? Does it really? See, I'm just a worrywart, man. I tend to just err on the side of caution. You know, I cut all my vegetables and I washed the counter again. You know, well, the cooking, I have a butcher block table that I use like restaurants. You know, and then, but the second it hits a meat or chicken or anything like that on there, it's going to be bleached afterwards for sure. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm not a master at canning. You know, canning is all new to me. Awesome, man. That's glad to hear that. You're probably not going to make it through this whole stream. I'm waiting for Alduin to come back. Last night, about 6 hours. He showed up after about 45 minutes. But he's traveling at the same speed as the in-time game. So, in other words, see like how these dragons are moving and stuff? That's one speed limit. How he's actually moving is with the time itself, the moon and the sun. So for him to go from like here and jump up, well actually he goes from here and comes up, well actually he goes from here, goes across, comes up over here and jets back to here the first time. That takes about 2 days in the game time. You'll see him, he'll come from about here over somewhere, you know, or here-ish. If I remember right from last night, man. I got pretty tired. I would have loved to have waited it out, but my eyes were closing on me and there was no way I was going to make it any further. I mean, I really tried to make it, man, but there was no way. Now we'll be here, and I assume that we'll be here for 7 or 8 hours, and obviously I'm not going to be able to talk that long. I don't have that much to say. I'm not that smart. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee, guys. I'll be right back. I don't know if you're still there, Dharma, but if you're there, what the hey is dishonored? Man, I tell them I'm going to get a cup of coffee. They all jump away. See you later. Bye. I'm assuming it's you still here, Jeremiah. I am back. Search up the game when you get the chance. Yeah, I will, man. Like I said, I don't know what time it is for you where you're at, Dharma, but it's like 4:30 here. I suspect that this scene is still going to be going on 11 o'clock tonight. I'm trying to figure out how to change my YouTube password. The fastest and easiest way I found to do that, Jeremiah, was do it through Google itself. Yeah, so you're on Central Time too. It'll be like 11 o'clock tonight before we're even close to this scene ending. I imagine I'm going to watch a couple movies on my cell phone and maybe set up my PS3 on another TV. Play some dice and Raikou. I have no idea, man. But I know one thing. I'm not going to be able to just sit here and watch this for 7 hours straight. I'm a patient man, but I have my limits. I did also notice, Jeremiah and Dharma, that the dragons do not bounce into each other or go through each other. These faster dragons will actually maneuver out of the way of them. So that's where you just saw that guy just drop and go straight across that way. What he'll do later is he'll drop further down, because Alduin will come in this way. He'll drop all the way down like that, then drop up like that, then go that way. So they do avoid each other. Which, you know, when this would happen in the 1990s in them games, they wouldn't avoid each other. They would just fly right through each other. Well, not necessarily fly through each other, depending on what game it was this was happening in. So I thought that's a huge upgrade. You know, that's not just graphics and fractals, but the acknowledgement that there's another thing running through it. I'm really impressed with how much went into this game by watching this. It brought my attention to a lot of things that I didn't notice before, like, see his sword. At the highest point he reaches up, they're both on the same plane, you know, the line plane, and his head and her... Wait a minute. Let's see. If I get this to the right spot where they're centered, they're pretty much on the same plane as well. See? So the lines are drawn really well. You know, the symmetry of all of it. These are mass improvements from earlier games, believe it or not. I know this game is like 12, 13 years old, but I've been gaming forever, man. That is mass improvement. I also figured out the reason that this is glitching is because Alduin's been caught in linear time rather than real time. In other words, like, let's say these dragons are all running in real time. See? And linear time is how the moons are moving and how the sun is moving and across the day. His head is traveling in linear time. You know, you'll see it when he comes, that it moves and makes noise and everything in time that it's supposed to, but the body is traveling in daylight savings time, we'll say, daytime. It's moving with the planet instead of, you know, or the solar system, rather than moving with the space-time here. I don't know how to explain it. He's not moving with these dragons or these people. He's moving with the sun movement and moon movement. But it's only his body. That's one of the reasons I'm willing to go through this, because I'm going to find other things that are new or that's being done in the game by watching this glitch. I wonder if anybody sat through this glitch before and what happens at the end of it, because that's one of the things that excites me too. I would play Fallout 4 if I had it. I don't believe that I have Fallout 4. I heard that that's a good game. I heard that that's a really good game. I do have a question though, Dama. Is that open world, or is that like a hallway game where you gotta go from this boss to that boss to that boss to that boss, you know? Or can you just do what you want to do? Well, Jeremiah, I mean, you could watch what was happening last night. There's a lot of clues in there to what's going on with this glitch. Oh, I like open world. Yeah, that definitely excites me. I thought about also going into one of them the other Templar, Knights Templar game. What is that called? Assassin's Creed? Oh, with your password. Jeremiah, I just do it through Google itself. But later on after the stream, if you want, just hold off and I will go work on my password and tell you how to do it. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but it's really pretty easy. Everything's easy once you know how, right? My mom used to say, the only hard question is the one you don't know the answer to. Oh, here's a problem too, Jeremiah. I'm going to change my password on my PS4. If you're doing it on an Xbox, a PC, or a cell phone, it'll be different. Fallout 4 is like Skyrim, but with guns. Yeah, I'm fine with all of that, you know. Like I said, my favorite game of all time is not Skyrim or Oblivion. It's actually a game called Dyson Raikou. My mom said something like that, and I told her to pull. Brilliant. I told her to pull my finger. Yeah, chapter about a nuclear apocalypse, correct? I mean, I did Fallout Shelter. You can see I got the platinum in that. I think I got, I don't know, 160 people inside my shelter now. I can't remember exactly how many. I think it's 164. I got Gran Turismo games too that I could stream, but I can't drive and talk at the same time or pay attention and read the notifications on the side there. It'll just be Crash Central all the time. Not really into zombie apocalypse games, if that's what it is. To me, zombies are these crackheads, these fentanyl heads. You see them in the streets all leaned over and trying to put gas in their car, all just standing there. That's a hot meal, man. Holy smokes. I don't want any of that. I don't like feeling the pain twice. Yeah, dope heads is more realistic than zombies. Okay. So what do you think? Fallout 4 a good game to stream? I mean, you and a few others are my most prolific watchers. If you don't have a problem with watching it, I don't have a problem with playing it. Of course, I'm not going to know anything that I'm doing in it. Fallout 3 you think is better? Think people will watch it if I play it? You know, I don't need 100 viewers. 4 or 5 people interested in watching it satisfies me. I'm not planning on giving up my day job for streaming. Okay. We got a conflict of interest here, man. 3 and 4. Maybe I'll do 3 first and do 4 second. What about that? I knew what you meant. I understand autocorrect. That sounds like it's going to be long. We're not far away from the new ESO coming out, man. Or the new Elder Scrolls coming out. Once that comes out, I'm going to be on that. I may not have time to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I still got to finish this. I told I can't remember if it was Hovo or Jeremiah the other day that you can go a lot further in these games than people know. They're putting like 500 to 600 hours in it thinking they're completing it, but they're not. There's a lot of hidden stuff that they don't know about. And the reason I know that is because I got one in Oblivion where I'm like almost 800 hours into it. And I've gone way further in that game than people even know about. And I'm telling you, you can become king of Oblivion or somewhere close to it, because it goes a lot deeper than what people know about online here. They just don't have the hours invested in it. Oh, I'm talking about 500 hours in a single game. Not starting over, you know what I mean? Single game, straight through. Where everything is done, it doesn't look like there's anything left to do, and you find stuff. A lot of things won't even trigger until everything's done. Just like things won't trigger unless you have a certain level. But I don't know if they went that far in Skyrim. And like I said, I don't know how far they went in Oblivion, you know. We should be seeing Alduin probably in about 10 minutes. We'll start seeing him coming through these clouds over here, but it's going to be nighttime, so we might not see him till the daytime, because he's going to be just a small outline. Unless somebody has a trick to get through this faster, I'm all ears, you know. If you know a way to end this glitch, I'm in. Because I really don't want to sit here, Jeremiah, I'm sure you're pretty thorough, man. I'm just promising you there's stuff that opens up, like the, in Oblivion, for instance, the college, the mage college, you think you're done. You know, you get the boots and you jump all the way down and you're that far into it, you know, and you finish up all of that and you think you're done, and you're not. Believe it or not, there's a lot more to do in there than getting into the council and stuff like that. There's a lot more. But I'm one of them guys that spent a lot of time looking for the hidden world in Mario on Super Nintendo. You know, it wasn't even Super Nintendo, it was Nintendo. And you get through it 10 times, you know, and you get to the end, but somewhere in one of them times is a hidden world. And I never did find it. But believe me, I spent a lot of hours looking for it. Me too, man. I got some hours on Oblivion, bro. If it was on PS4 and I could stream it easily, I would be doing it. Matter of fact, I even paid for the super improved, what do they call that? Membership pass you buy annually there, where you get the free games every month and stuff, where you can even be online at all. But I bought like, what is it, $149 one, because you could, you know, get all the games that are in their PS3 that they have in their library, but they won't let you stream them. So you can play it, but you can't stream it. And then on top of that, it doesn't have Skull Island, you know, where you go into Sheograf's world. Oblivion was friggin' awesome. There's things in this game that are better, but there's things in Oblivion that are definitely better. Like, you know, there's a lot of things. The cities are better, the storyline is better, you know, the depth of the game is better, you know, but this game's got dragons and better graphics. Giants. You know, I mean, there's things in both of them, but in Oblivion, you got to repair all your armor, you got to repair your weapons. You can train in things to run faster or jump higher. It's just, I think it's better. I hope that when they come out with the new one, they incorporate some of that stuff from Oblivion into it instead of making it, well, I hate to put it this way, but God awful so easy. I mean, let's face it, man. A 5-year-old with enough time to play this game all the way through. There's nothing really overly complicated about it that I've found yet. You go to a dungeon, door's locked, you look for the lever, it's right on the side of the door. You got the code where you have to turn the stones and make a certain symbols, you know, be it a bird, a fox, and a whale. You know, but right above it tells you what the code is, or it's right on the friggin' key. Yeah, Oblivion is a lot more fun, man. Especially when you can jump real high and stuff. I used to max all of that out. You know, just jump 30 feet in the air on top of a rock. The ogre's down there trying to kill you. And you can train your fire, just shoot them all day. Train your destruction magic, I should say. Go swimming, your athletics goes up when you swim faster than when you run. Sneak you can train just by being in town and not letting them see you, sneaking up against a wall or a house or something where they can't see it. They're just still moving. Dawnfang as a weapon is friggin' awesome in Oblivion too. Not so great in this game, but in Oblivion it is the best weapon. And you get it early in Sheograth's realm. You don't even have to get far through Sheograth before it shows up. Matter of fact, I think it shows up right in the first abandoned castle, for lack of better words, after you get through the giant at the gate. Alright, awesome, Jeremiah. Like I said, it's going to be here a while, but I may or may not be talking because, like I said, we're going to be here for 6-7 hours at least. Well, we're going to be here over 6-7 hours at least. It's going to take a long time for him to get through this. Like I said, we should probably be able to see him in the next 2-3 minutes over here somewhere, I believe. But being nighttime, I don't know, and it's snowing, I don't know if we'll be able to see him until the sun comes back. That's not coming back until the moon that is not there right now. I have no idea where it went. Should be here somewhere, right? Disappears behind here. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, there's going to be a lot of breaks tonight. Anybody has any questions or want to chat? Here a long time. But for right this second, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Let's search real quick here, see if we can see Alduin yet at all. No. Pretty sure we'd be able to see him if it wasn't for the snow and the dark. Alright, man, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. If you chat, I'll be able to see it. Alright, I am back. And yeah, I'm pretty certain at this time we'd start to be able to see Alduin if it wasn't dark. Let's see how far, let's see if the moon showed up at all yet. Nope. Sorry if I made y'all dizzy. That might be Alduin right there in the dark. Thought I saw some movement right there. See how it's just a little faintly darker right there? That's probably him. Can't be certain. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, we're through the first 45 minutes plus. I'm looking for him. He should be showing up. I still think that's him right there. I don't think that's a cloud line down there. I think that's him. Fast forward time. You cannot wait in this location. Sorry, had to cough. I didn't want to put you all through that. See if we can find the moon yet. Nope. Nowhere to be found. Like I said, I'm fairly certain we'd be able to see him right now if it wasn't dark and snowing. We might be able to see him if the snow stops. I think it's more about the snow right now than it is the nighttime. Those of you that don't know what's going on here, I'm waiting for Alduin to show up. It's glitching, and he's probably already visible if it was daytime and not snowing. But last night I tried to get through it, and I was about 7 hours, 6.5, 7 hours in total, because it took 2 different streams. But he came and he flew over this way, went down over here, came back, went across, flew up again this way, then went around, back over here, then went straight across all the way to about here, then flew up like this, went around here, came back and went around this way, and then went all the way around like this. And right about here is where I gave up, because I just couldn't stay awake anymore. Pretty sure that spot right there is where he is. I think that dark spot you're seeing in between them clouds is not two clouds, but his body. Not positive though, don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure he's right there. Do we have a moon yet? No, I guess we're not going to get one because of the snow. If I can't see the moon, I'm definitely not going to be able to see him. Oh, there's also the other possibility. Just because he showed up last night doesn't mean he'll show up today. I'm still pretty sure that's him right there. Man, I wish it would stop snowing. See that little speck right there? Right there. I think that's him right there. See it right there now? That could be him right there. one thing's for sure, if we make it through all of these hours, when he comes and lands, it's going to look cool because he lands claw first. And it's going to move so slow. You know, it's definitely going to be cool. It's just going to take a while to get there for it. I feel like daylight's coming now. Still probably won't be able to see him until it stops snowing. Come on, stop snowing. Damn, feels like it's never gonna stop snowing. Still telling you, I'm pretty sure that's Alduin right there. Not moving fast. You really can't see him yet. But I keep getting outlines of him every so often. Right there-ish. I believe if it wasn't snowing, we'd be able to see him right now. I think he's right there. I think you can see him kind of right now. He's like that little bird-like feature. This could be in my head. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing him. See it now, like how it's here now? Pretty sure that's him. Man, is it ever gonna stop snowing or what? See, it looks like it's moving now. It's right here. Man, I wish I could fast forward. Telling you, that's him right there. It has to be. Not the one flying quick. He's right there. Saw. Should play out Core City. I don't know what that... Oh, it should play out correctly. Yeah, I got him last night, but I just couldn't stay awake anymore. He finally came. I think if it wasn't snowing, we'd be able to see him now. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm positive of it, pretty much. But I waited him out. He came, and he started his motions. He flew around, then flew around. Then on the third pass, I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. So I've been streaming for 6 hours and 45 minutes on that particular one, but my landline disconnected. Somehow the game stayed running, so I was able to re-upload once reconnecting my landline onto YouTube without breaking the game itself, you know, without the game going out. So there's another like 35-45 minutes there, but I stopped it for a little while the first time he came over right about here because I thought he was gonna land, and I was on the phone with my family and I didn't want it to happen while I was on the phone, but I shouldn't have stopped it for that 45 minutes, man. Holy smokes, that was a mistake. Like I said, I forgot that he had to make several passes. I'm suspecting that this stream is going to go on probably in the neighborhood of 6 to 7 more hours before this finishes. I can't today because I'm not like, it's not, I'm not starting this stream at like 8 o'clock at night and, you know, now it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I can't keep my eyes open anymore. That's what happened last night. I just physically could not keep my eyes open anymore, man, and I wanted to because I already had that much time into it, Saw, you know? Snow is starting to go away. Still got a lot flying up in the air though off of them mountains and stuff, but we might be able to see him soon. Let me take a look, make sure I wasn't looking in the wrong place. And an hour 16, we should be able to see him by now, but just barely. I'm looking for him. We had a short break for a second there. See that dark spot coming in here every so often? So I think that's pretty close to where he is. Should be. Of course, that's coming off the premises that last night he showed up about 45 minutes or so in. God knows how long he'll take this time. I'm off the assumption that it'll be the same. I should say going off the assumption it'll be the same. course, I'm also feeling like we should be able to see him by now. You're glitched. I have the same in my streams. Yeah, I know, except I'm gonna wait him out. I can't really go into Solstein and correct the rest of that until I get Dragon Rend. You know, besides, waiting this out might do me a world of good later when the Thieves Guild decides to glitch on me again. Maybe it won't. I mean, you know, I had to end the last one that I was doing because I was locked out of this. I was locked out of the Thieves Guild because the girl just walked away and never came back, you know, to open up the gate. I was locked out of 3 or 4 different things that I couldn't do, so I don't want that to happen again here. Excuse me. Dun, 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 dun. And God forbid, just because he showed up last night doesn't mean he'll show up today. Geez, I hope he's just not showing up. Or even worse, moving slower than yesterday. No, at least the sun's going down. I feel like we should be able to see him by now. I'm going to take a look at my stream last night and see exactly when I could see him. Let's see. It's more live. second stream from yesterday. I wasn't in the first one. Let's see. Why does it not have all my stuff in order? That's... Right. I don't know why it's not in order here. Who the hell made this? People friggin'... They can't convince me that algorithms are smart. I know better. Like, no matter where I go, I can't get these streams. There we go. Finally found it. Alright, let's see. Alright, so that is 58 minutes in, and he's over the crest here. Plus 21 minutes. So we are definitely running slower today. Because according to this, he should be... like right about here somewhere, and I don't see him anywhere. This is not a good sign. See him at 45 minutes yet. .45 and 21 is an hour 16. Could not see him. We are an hour 34, 1 hour and 13 minutes. We'll go 1 hour and 9 minutes. And yes, I could definitely see him. I could see him right about here. About here in that opening. Oh, geez, at 48 and 21, 1 hour and 19 minutes, 1 hour and 20 minutes. This is not a good sign. I gotta go use the little boys' room. I'll be right back. Although, I think that might be him right there. But like I said, by now, I should be able to see him right here. Hold on, I'll be right back. cannot believe I can't see him yet. Like I said, last night in this amount of time, I was able to definitively be able to see him right there. He wasn't far away. That might be him right there. I can't guarantee it. Where the hell is that moon? We gotta be a long ways from sunlight yet. Still no moon? What the hell's going on with this world today? This whole thing ain't acting right. We might just be getting screwed over. He might not be showing up at all this time. Damn it. Don't know what to do. If the sun comes up again in the next morning here and we still don't see him going to 2 hours in, because he may not show up at all this time. Man, I wish I wasn't... I could have got through this last night, man. I feel like if I could have stayed up another hour or two, man, I just couldn't do it. I passed out like 3 or 4 times, man. Not for long, you know, just that brief, it's gone, oh, I'm back. You know, one of them. I cannot see him yet. Oh, this will bite if we have to try again. I didn't count on this happening. I honestly thought it'd go the same way as yesterday, that it would just take about 45 minutes for him to start showing up. Why am I being punished? Come on. I wonder if that's him. No way to know until the sun comes up. Does that opening look like it's getting bigger? It does look like wings coming in. That's him. I believe we have a sighting. I do believe that's him. See if we can find the moon so we can find out for sure when the sun comes up again. Again, no moon. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's got to go. It's moving about 1/3 its size. About this much per minute. And it's got to go to behind here. Like that. So it looks like it's going to be a few before it gets there. Like, look, if I put it the very edge of that tip right there, see it? The point? See the point? If I put it right there at the edge of that moon, we'll see in a minute that it'll be all the way down to where what looks like an A, with a guy holding out a, looks like a bowl of soup. Let's see, 146.24. Oh, perfect. It's disappearing again. What is this, Murphy's Law? You can see the very edge of the moon is right close to that A now, though. Now you can see it. See how it's right on top of the A? And it's been about a minute. So it went that far in a minute. If we can't see him by sunrise, I'm pretty sure that he's not coming on this one. Could be him, not the dragon flying fast, that could be him right there. He'll end up coming through right here. What a phrase that means. Here now. Still got a ways to go to get through the night. Bros, I can't be sure if he's in them clouds over there or not. I just can't see well enough to determine whether that's just separation of clouds or if that's him. Did notice that one dragon did dip. He might be there already. times like this, I wish I could just wait. You cannot wait in this location, sir. Oh no, no, even if he is here and I just can't see him, man, it'll be hours and hours and hours before he lands, Jeremiah. But to be honest with you, I don't have any confirmation yet of even seeing him. And last time I could clearly see him at this point. Even if it was nighttime, I mean, he would have been like over here somewhere. Wait, you know, I mean big. Like big. Like almost as big as that. There's the moon. Looks like we're only about 10-12 minutes away from daylight though, so but I have no sign of, no sure sign that I can see him yet at all, Jeremiah. It might just be a bum one where he's not going to show up at all. I tried putting it on a stick and throwing it up there, but like that could be him right there. I can't tell. Could be him right there. I can't tell for sure. I'm hoping that that's him right there. Because this is where he should be coming from. Nords on a stick. Sound like there's a darkness right there in the center. That could be him, but I can't be sure. Tell you what, if the sun comes up and he hasn't shown up at all yet, that'll be hateful. Yeah, that just might be an opening in the clouds. Back to things I'm not supposed to know about, since I've never logged 10,000 hours on this game and on Oblivion. Honestly, last night in 1 hour and 34 minutes, I could see him right here, clear as day. No mistaking him. clearly him. You know, and he was right about here and pretty good size at that point. Now we're 2 hours in and I cannot confirm I can see him at all. Only thing like that. The only way anything that'll be added to that wooden mask will be the creation or club or a mod. I don't know. I kind of tend to agree with you. I don't see why anything would be added to it, but it could be something added to it, because I mean, it seems like there's something missing to it. Man, I certainly hope that that's Alduin right there. Oh good, we're not far away now. For the moment, yes, exactly correct. Oh man, if this sun comes up and he isn't anywhere out there at all, I'm afraid that, you know, he's not going to show up at all this time. Your player might get a splinter from it and die. Could be very true. How far away is that moon now? Come on. If he hasn't shown up by daylight, Jeremiah, I don't know what to do. It could be, yes. I'm not really sure, Jeremiah. I haven't explored that mask well enough yet. I mean, I'm hoping that's him right there in the middle right there. If that's not him, man. After 2 hours, when he showed up, and I could clearly see him in an hour or so, hour 15 yesterday. And after 2 hours, if I can't see him today, I don't know if he's going to be showing up at all, bro. I don't know if I should wait it out longer, see if he comes still, or shut it down and try again. His appointment since you put the quest off. Maybe. I mean, I could have got him last night, man, if I could have stayed awake a little bit longer. Man, if that's not him right there, man, I don't think he's showing up. That's gotta be him. I'm hoping, man. I'm really hoping that's him right there. If that's him right there, I've been seeing him for about... He was like over here about 15 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Well, we'll find out. I don't mind that it's messing with it. Waiting this out might solve a lot of problems later, too. You know, it might cause a lot of problems later. I don't really know. Could have no effect at all. Really, honestly, the reason that I'm doing this now is to watch him land in slow motion. Because he comes out claw first, and I mean, this is slow. Moon is gone. Sun should be coming up any time now. Any second. You're supposed to be level 30 before you ever go. I am level 30. I'm like level 43, 44, something like that. They can't lay any of that lame stuff off on us anyhow. Couple hours before this, I went, I did the first temple thing, got the first book, and came back here to get Dragon Rend before I continue on in it. But I mean, it's open world. Part of open world is do what you want to do. 42, 43. I didn't put on 12 levels in Solstein. I didn't even go get the captain yet. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere. Just looked like it might have been him. Give a couple more minutes of the sun coming up. Confirm that I can't see him yet at all. I just told you, level 42. I went in there, did that, came right back out again. I was in the 40s. Yeah, he's definitely running later this time than last time. Look, there's no way it's my fault. It's impossible. It's an open world game. When there's glitches like this, this is the game developer's fault, not the player's fault. I'm a gamer's gamer. I'm never going to take the side of problems with the game versus problems with the player. This should definitely not be the player's fault. Well, this is 2 games in a row where I've gotten it. The other one, I just worked through it. I just went and did other things, you know, until it decided to work again. Yesterday, like I said, by this time, he was already came through here, was over here, and probably would have been about over here again on his way down to here to come back across. This time I don't see him at all. I'm gonna wait for the sun to come up a little bit more just in case he's still small, but not looking good like we're gonna be seeing him. And then I don't know what to do. Do I cancel this out and start over again later? You know, like tomorrow, because there's no way I can start this again and go 8 hours. I'll be passing out again. But I can get no confirmation of seeing him now at all. Only glitch I got was the game maker's fault in Blackreach in Cinderline's house when you would first come out with Love and Ballisterbow would a patch had to be made for it. Well, consider yourself lucky, man. You're not the norm. A lot of people having a lot of glitches, man. Glitches in this game is the norm. Oblivion wasn't as bad on the glitches. You know, most of the glitches what you get is you'd be in the middle of a fight and you'll go and then you'll be gone. It'd knock you out. Yeah, I know they patched a lot of problems. I'm also aware in gaming some problems can't be fixed because the problem's too deep in the coding. But in open world, the idea of open world is you don't have to do things in order. You can do what you want to do. But also in this game's, yeah, but that would still be the game developer's fault. That would not be the player's fault. As far as I'm concerned, this happening right here is a humiliation to Bethesda. This should not be happening. Especially not 12 years later and over $1 billion worth of sales. You know, this should be a humiliation on them, not me, not the player. I dare you to go to Windhelm 4 times and not go to the graveyard. I think I've been to Windhelm 4 times and not been to the graveyard. Why? That's one of my least favorite quests. Matter of fact, I don't even know why they put that in the game. It's ridiculous. After you do it, you can't 100% the game. I don't know what you mean. The cook's quest? Where you gotta find the murderer and it turns out to be the chef? Look. It's all irrelevant. An open world concept The whole concept of open world, Jeremiah, is to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You can be famous, you can be infamous. You can do the quests, you cannot do the quests. You know, that's the whole idea. It shouldn't be up to the players to figure out how to do the stuff in order. That kind of defeats the idea of open world. It's not an embarrassment on the player, it's an embarrassment on the company. Especially, you know, and I'm not being mean here or overly critical, I'm just being honest. This company has made over $1 billion on this game. It's been out for 12 years. They're still making money on the game. And they still haven't fixed things like this. Now, I'm not saying it's possible for them to fix it. Maybe the problem is way too deep. But it's still a humiliation on them, not the players. This is their fault, not the players' fault. I don't mind it. Every game has problems. But let's lay the blame where it really belongs. This is the developer's fault, not the players. Yeah, we're 2 hours and 14 minutes, man. He hasn't shown up at all yet. I can confirm I cannot see him whatsoever at all. He is nowhere to be found. Clip this and send it to them. Why? I wouldn't be the first person that's had this issue. I'm sure they know about it. I'm pretty sure, you know, there's nothing they can do about it, and even if they could, why would they at this point with the new one coming out? Well, I want to put "incoming out" in quotations. I might be long gone and dead by the time they do. I might be 85 years old. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Rockstar and Bethesda taking so long to come out with their very new, you know, versions of very successful games, you know, not a good plan on their part, really, because the kid that started playing this at 12 years old is now 25. What's to say he's going to come back and play? Well, what's the point of complaining? I can't complain about something they know about. It's not like they don't know that this is happening, Jeremiah. It's just they've taken no concern to correct the embarrassment. This is a case where, unfortunately, when I was younger, Jeremiah, and you're my age, you probably had Atari. You probably had the original Nintendos and original Segas. The developers were concerned about their game. Now the developers think they're God, and what they put out, you should just like it. It's completely backwards. If they cared about what the average person thinks, they would never get involved in political things like agendas and stuff like this. But they are. I'm not mad at them for it or anything like that, or disgruntled for them. I'm just saying, if you think that you're God and they serve you as the developers, you're thinking wrong, because they don't think that way anymore. They think that they're God and what they put out is what you get, period. And the proof of that is in the way that they beta and alpha test now. They don't run beta through people that know what they're doing. They sell it to the public and then try to fix the problems then. That's bass backwards, man. You want a product when it comes out to be a good product. You don't want the product to be, you know, faulty. And then have the people that are buying the game tell you what's wrong with it. Yeah, it looks like he's not going to show up at all this time. I have no sight of him whatsoever at all, man. I don't think we should go through another day and hope that he shows up. I might have to call this a dry run, man, and start it again tomorrow, maybe. Like I said, Bethesda's made a fantastic game here, and they basically hit 2 home runs in a row. You know, Oblivion was a home run, and this was an even bigger home run than Oblivion. And they did fantastic job. You know, it's just, this might be a problem that's very deep in the engine itself. You know, what do you do then? It might be something they can't fix, let's put it that way. If they can fix it, then, well, hey, shame on them for not caring enough about their customers that were willing to give them $1 billion. I mean, we're talking $1 billion, not a million, $1 billion, 1,000 million. A ridiculous amount of money. I'm sure that they've all got Rolls Royces and Ferraris and $10 million houses. So if they didn't fix this for their customers that, you know, and they could, then shame on them. But like I said, I don't think that's the case. I think this is something they can't fix. I certainly hope it's something they can't fix. Yeah, there's no sighting of him yet, man. He's not showing up this time. We're 2.5 hours in, man, and I cannot see him at all. I hated GTA 5 online until I contacted Rockstar and they made that account a moderator account that had the ability to get accounts banned. Well, that's awesome. Glad that they respected you that much. Last time I dealt with Rockstar in any type of way at all was back in PlayStation Home. Shoot, that was early. 2009-ish? I've been completely out of the scene, basically. I think the last one that I did was for Hellfire Games. And that was probably 2015, 2016. I called the Rockstar telephone number for 2 days straight. It's nice that they got on the phone with you at all. This had to be going back a little bit of ways. I'm going to assume that this was pre-COVID. I mean, I used to be able to get EA Sports on the phone. They gave me stuff to give away. Yeah, 10 years ago. That was about the end of it, man. 2015, like I said. There was a big change. And it really seems like they just don't give a F about the public anymore at all, or what the public wants, or else they would stop making games with agendas and people don't want. They would start making characters that are identifiable, you know, that you can identify with, instead of just making characters nobody can identify with, and making games with a little bit more substance that doesn't have an agenda in it. You know, just a good storyline. But I'm not counting on any of that in the next 5 years, and I'm seriously hoping that, you know, Microsoft and Bethesda together don't go down that path of, we're going to sell this agenda to you whether you want it or not. You know, and I hope that doesn't happen, but, you know what they say, wish in one hand, crap in the other, see which one fills up first. And I think Rockstar Games had some of that agenda in it and was supposed to release the game by now, but I think that they're working on trying to fix some of that agenda and not release it, but I can't guarantee any of that. I'm only, you know, going by third-party speculation that they're speculating themselves. When I stopped playing GTA 5 online, I had $350 million in the bank and every DLC in the game at the time. Now, GTA 5, I played GTA 1, well, GTA, it's not even GTA 1, GTA Europe, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 3, GTA 4, and I went into GTA 5, and there was some things that I very much didn't like about GTA 5. One, I want to be one character. I don't want to be 4 or 5 different people. You know what I mean? Because every character has their own personality. And I don't feel like dealing with multiple personalities. You know? I didn't enjoy that part of that game at all. You know? And it really caused me not to want to play the game anymore. So I played it for about maybe a month. Maybe a month and a half at the most, 4 to 6 weeks, and I just got tired of being different characters. I got sick of it, and I shut it down, and I never went back and played it again. So that was PS3 days. So I've never even bought it for the PS4 because I know that I don't like it. The map is way too small as well. Way too small. I mean, what? Is it about a third the size of San Andreas? It's ridiculously small. I mean, I don't really care as much about the graphics, I guess, as other people do. I care about the quality of the game. You know, it's like a farming simulator. They keep making it more and more and more like actually farming. And without the idea or concept that if people actually wanted to farm, they would go get a farm. It's got to somehow still be a game. Didn't that the first location cutscene couldn't be revisited? I'm not really sure what happened with Rockstar. Like I said, with GTA 5, I was just disappointed with it and walked away with it. Walked away from it. Where Michael was supposed to be buried. Yeah, I'm not really sure, Jeremiah. Like I said, I only played it for, you know, a few weeks. Back before PS4 came out, and I was done with it already. It was too small. I was with DN. He's some type of Sony developer or something like that. You know, I'm not really sure what DN does. You know, but I know he does something or other. Don't really care. You know, but I was with him on it, and I didn't like it, I'm being honest. It was too small. I don't like flipping characters at all. I want to be one character all the way through. Whether I create that character or they hand me that character. But that's a personal thing. I mean, it's a very successful game. I am not in the majority here at all. I am clearly in a minority. But then again, can you weigh some of the success of the game of GTA 5 to the fact that this is the only other game that's any good? You know, since PS4 came out, name me 2 great games from PS4. Just 2. I don't blame Sony. Well, I do blame Sony for that. From going from, you know, a Linux-based system to a Mac-based system, just so they could, you know, charge you more money. Mac is horrible for gaming. Oblivion Remastered is not a new game. And you can't say charging somebody $50 for better looking trees is good. That's bad, bro. They should have never done that. They should have made the game like 20 bucks, sold as many of them as they could, because it's not going to take long to make their money back, you know, on that. So they made a game look better that came out in what? 2002? 2001? That'd be like me making Super Mario Kart better and charging people $100 for it. That was a complete ripoff. And I don't know what COD Ghost is, but I do not see any big, huge COD Ghost people. I'm not seeing, you know, 50 million people running to play it. There's 8 billion people in this world, man. 50 million people running to play a game ain't a drop in the bucket. Wait till the first game comes out and 1 billion people want to play it. We ain't got one of them yet. You might think this is a great game. We haven't gotten a great game yet, like Street Fighter 2 was when it came out. Population-wise, Street Fighter 2 had a lot more players than this game ever dreamed of. So didn't Mortal Kombat, who didn't have as many as Street Fighter 2. Or like Pac-Man when it came out. Oh my gosh. People lost their minds. You know, this gaming world, they don't have I don't think they have a single game yet that has 1 billion users. Or 500 million. I'm telling you, man, one of these days, one of these games are going to strike gold, and when they do, they're going to find out what these games can really bring. 1 billion ain't nothing. Watch, they'll bring 20, 30 times that, 20, 30 billion dollars, and it's going to be stupid too. It's going to be a game probably that didn't cost them hardly anything to build, because they're not going to have agendas behind it. It's just going to be a good quality game. You can play COD Ghost on PS5 also. In its day, 3,000 was the top number playing. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a great game. You'll know a great game when it comes, because everybody will have it. Like Nintendo's Mario. Like everybody had it. I mean, basically, every console they ever sold for Nintendo, they bought the Mario game with it. Every single console. They might have sold more Mario games than they did consoles. I'm pretty sure they probably did. Because, I mean, like, everybody had it. Everybody was playing it. Ghost is one of those games everyone bitches about. The campers. Oh, it's one of them, first-player shooter games, or third-person shooter games, whatever. First-player shooter games, I think they call them. Yeah, I stopped playing them at the end of PS2 and the beginning of PS3. The last one I played of them, yeah, first-person, last one I played of them just showed me that the community was going in a very bad, nasty, trollish way. And I'm too old, man. I don't have time for trolls. I don't need to be arguing with some 12-year-old. I mean, what am I going to say to a 12-year-old that's appropriate, that's arguing with me? Shut up, you're 12? You know? So I stopped playing first-person shooters because of that, with no desire to ever go back to them. Yeah, he still hasn't showed up, Jeremiah, at all. There is no sign of him at all yet, so I don't see much need in continuing on with this, because clearly he's just not going to show up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down, restart the stream, but this time I'm going to start it way down in the valley and run all the way up the mountain and see if that doesn't fix this glitch. Because I'm telling you, it's probably something stupid like that. Like the frost trolls, yeah, like the frost trolls, you know, showed up again, but I didn't kill him on the way up, you know, because I bypassed him. I'm telling you, it's got to be something stupid like that. So if you want to come back, I will be starting another stream in about 30 seconds. God bless everyone. Like, share, and subscribe, because I'm struggling here. Struggling. Besides, there need to be 500,000 of yous for me to make 12 cents. I'm going to start up a new stream, guys, see if we can't fix this.